We are receiving multiple calls of an explosion of...
Tonight on WHAS11 News at 6, a fireball levels homes. We have team coverage as a neighborhood in central Kentucky wakes up in the middle of the night to a massive natural gas line explosion.
It sounded like a big old jet engine.
A woman is dead and 6 others are hurt. Several homes are destroyed.
Siding is literally melted off of the residents.
The fiery explosion so large it was picked up by National Weather Service radar in Louisville.
The Lord just scooped us up like with a wing and just said, go now, go now, go now. And we listened.
We have been in Lincoln County since the overnight hours. Tonight, we have more on the owners of the pipeline, the company's past explosion history, and the latest from investigators. And here tonight, the massive natural gas pipeline explosion overnight, creating that fireball in Lincoln County of central Kentucky. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt. Residents running from their homes, trying to escape the flames after being rousted by that blast. It happened just after 1 this morning in a rural Houstonville, Kentucky neighborhood, which is off Route 127. And this is what the area looked like before the blast. And take a look. Now only a crater is left, with nearly 20 acres gone. And that's where we have full team coverage of the explosion tonight. First, we want to check in with our Lisa Hudson, who is live at the scene. Lisa?
Well, Doug, we are here in Lincoln County. A property owner actually allowed us to set up here on his property, which backs up to the blast zone that you can see in behind me.
There's still a lot of unknowns with this situation, but I want to give you guys the closest look of the scene that we have been able to get all day. I'm standing on the edge of this property that backs right up to this area.
The houses that are there are completely destroyed. And as you can imagine, at 1 o'clock in the morning, most people are inside asleep.
Nearly 100 people are back here at New Hope Baptist Church tonight, either looking for help or looking for ways to help. A community meeting in the sanctuary just let out. Emergency management teams were here trying to figure out who needs what to get through the night or longer. And Tyler, I can tell you the stories that I heard today were chilling.
Three more shots just fired.
Dinner-time shoppers inside the Portland neighborhood Kroger store suddenly find themselves in a shooting. Police rush to find a gunman.
Suspect still moving. He's right about the SUV.
Shoppers panic, racing to get out. One woman crashing her car in the chaos.
All right, we got to watch the front doors of the car, or there might be someone else inside.
With guns drawn, police end the threat.
One suspect down.
And it is a late developing story right now here on the night team. We've just been told by Metro Police that sometime in the next 30 minutes, they will be giving new details about a person found dead after a shooting at the Portland neighborhood Kroger store. Hello, everyone. I'm Doug Proffitt. That shooting happening at the store near 35th and Bank Street, it was full of shoppers. The night team is covering all angles, from the frightening moments in the store to police rushing through it looking for a gunman. Jesse Cohen begins our coverage with that update coming soon from the police chief at LMPD.
Now, this all started around 6 p.m. tonight when there were reports of shots fired and people trapped in the grocery store. We arrived just shortly after and the scene was chaotic.
She described the moments as scary, saying she never expected coming here to this Kroger tonight would mean hours away from her kids at home.
There's a lot of red on the State House lawn today. Thousands of teachers coming together to send a message to lawmakers and to demand more for public education.
I wanted to learn more about the complaint process and asked Board Chair Brian Julian after the meeting.
You guys are a public agency. I'm just trying to have transparency here.
So, Chris.
Again, the board's attorney, Chris Hunt.
We need police response. A patient is being abusive to staff.
They're the helpers.
I've been choked with my stethoscope.
Scratched, grabbed,
spit on, stabbed,
had urine thrown in my face.
Getting hurt.
He placed his hands around my neck.
It was May 4th, 2019. More than 150,000 people crowded Churchill Downs for the 145th Kentucky Derby. But 15 hours earlier and 9 miles west of the track, 49-year-old Jim Roth was walking alone here on Sylvania Road. It would be the last time anyone saw him alive.
Nestled between Kentucky's rolling hills,
well, this town really has a lot of charm.
beyond the bourbon distilleries,
full of friendly Southern hospitality,
beside the Bluegrass Parkway.
It was a Norman Rockwell painting. It was a very idyllic.
This tiny town takes you back in time.
I like to say Bardstown's a typical Kentucky town, but it truly isn't. It's very special.
Most celebrated for its signature spirit.
Orange, a little bitters.
Bardstown is called the bourbon capital of the world.
Do the muttering, very important to do that. You stir.
With an emphasis on agriculture and tourism, those who live here are proud of their old Kentucky home.
I love Bardstown. It's so beautiful.
But beyond the bourbon and the beauty, there's a story.
We've like a fractured bone that we've never put a cast on. It's still there, it still hurts.
A story that starts in 2013.
Hello, hello. Officer down, Bluefield Road.
It was the worst day of my life.
A quick thought on the smoking age going up to 21. We keep hearing people say that this could hurt businesses who rely on tobacco sales. And I was kind of wondering if that's even true. So I looked into it, and the answer is not really. Look at this. Right now, the CDC says that about 14 out of every 100 U.S. adults 18 or older smoke. So we're talking about 14%. Now, only 8 out of every 100 adults age 18 to 24 smoke. So that's only 8%. And keep in mind, that's 18 to 24, not 18 to 20. So we're talking about less than 1% of the population here. That's just not enough to cripple a business. Let's just be real about it.
In order to form precipitation, air needs to rise high in the atmosphere and condense out its moisture. This is an unstable air mass and how clouds form. When temperatures are extremely cold, say below 0 degrees Fahrenheit, air becomes so dense that it's much more difficult for it to rise and condense its moisture. Thus, snow becomes much less likely, but not impossible.
Ponds and lakes like this can turn to ice. It usually takes several days with high temperatures in the 20s and lows in the single digits. It can look fun to play on, but it's best not to test out that pond or lake ice. Ice accidents happen every year, resulting in rescues and possible death. Ice is only safe to walk on when it's clear ice and at least 4 inches thick, which rarely happens around here.
Hey dude, you wanna go get coffee?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're getting close. It should be up here on the right.
Where do you want to park?
Okay, I'm thinking either 12th, 13th, or 15th Streets.
Why not 14th?
Because 14th Street doesn't exist.
No, really, there's no 14th Street in Louisville. At least for our intents and purposes today, if you're driving along counting street signs, you'll go from 13th Street to 15th Street. Some very observant people noticed this online and were asking why, and it's been bugging me ever since. Now this question actually took a really long time to answer, and I had to talk to a lot of people about it. But finally, Kelly Dunnigan at the Louisville Free Public Library was able to pull all the pieces together.
The war doesn't stop when we get back home. The war never leaves the minds of those who have served in it.
The adjustment is far from simple.
When you're overseas, it's kind of wake up, do your job, eat, go to sleep, wake up, do your job, eat, go to sleep.
Answering the toughest question, what now?
It is hard when, you were once one person and now you're really somebody completely different.
She was just incredibly talented with the way she connected with people. She was a Texas gal through and through. I had her my senior year in college, so we kind of grew up together.
Krista Hammock never went a day
It was texting or it was a call
without hearing from her girl.
She says, okay, this is such a beautiful picture of you.
Last contact was Oaks 2018.
Hope you have the best day. I love you. And I said, thank you. I wish you were here.
As predictable as a sunrise, trains cross the public train trestle every day. At night, a monster lures his prey.
I didn't really find a definitive story of what the legend was. There were some main elements.
The Pope Lick Monster. 2 legs and hooves like a goat. Coarse brown hair covers his body. At his torso, he begins to resemble a man. Then his head, a goat's, curling sharp horns and piercing yellow eyes.
The Pope Lick Monster is a creature that comes out at night and it lures you across the train tracks into his eyes, which is really the eyes of an oncoming train.
Our roots can say a lot about us.
This is my hair and it is freedom.
This is my hair and it is powerful.
This is my hair and it's me.
For some of us, hair is more than just hair.
For me, my hair means my culture. It means me as a woman. It means I can express myself in any way, shape, or form.
For Ashanti Scott, it's personal.
I was very disappointed that my school would have something like this.
They're so happy. Quite happy.
We have Elijah, Rhea, and Karis.
He's gonna sneeze. Oh, bless you.
They were born at 33 weeks.
Okay, we've got some pea pods here.
You are so super. Hannah's Supergirl. We have big sister Sarah, 4 years ago, was also a NICU grad. So we have our 2 Supergirls.
Are you gonna say hi? Well, this is Tanner. He was born at 28 weeks, and we picked a policeman outfit because we're protecting and serving the NICU babies. Yeah.